Okay, so we're making this short clip because we've had a lot of questions about Michael's condition and why we're advocating so hard for this and why we went to the Senate. So in January 2000, Michael was on the Mefloquine eradication program.
After return from the first tour of East Timor?
Then March he had a malaria attack and was put on the chloroquine eradication program.
Yep.
In June 2000, he had his second malaria attack. 8 people got put on the trial for tafenoquine and Michael was one of them. He was given 3 days of 200 milligrams and then given 8 weeks of 200 milligrams. A standard...
So the Federal Drug Administration in America has just approved
one dose.
The same drug for the same task at one single 150 milligram dose.
So in that 3 months and that 3 days of loading, Michael was actually given 2,200 milligrams of tafenoquine.
Nearly 15 times.
15 times the amount of what any person should be given.
But also specifically that loading dose was 4 times the 150 milligram single dose that was necessary.
Yep. So then in October, in his second tour of East Timor, Michael was given the Mefloquine. So
a normal traveller goes overseas, and if they get prescribed Lariam, i.e. Mefloquine from the doctor, they'll get 250 milligram tablets once every week. We had the same, but before we deployed, we had what they call a loading dose of 6 tablets in 1 week. So that's 6 times the amount that the manufacturer actually recommends.
So I think why we've made this video is because we want people to grasp the understanding of with Michael then in a whole year how many different types of anti-malarials he had, and the dosages that he received was just phenomenal.
So, and then you also have to take into account, so malaria drugs are broken down in the body by specific liver enzymes. If you don't have those enzymes in the body, then you don't break down the drugs. So a normal 250 milligram Mefloquine tablet might only be broken down 90% by somebody who doesn't have the specific liver enzymes. Then the extra 10% accumulates to a point where it becomes toxic.
Some of those side effects, could take years to come into play. Michael had these
drugs in
18 years ago, but and everyone has sort of said, he seems fine, he's great, and why now? But it takes Michael a long time to process these drugs, and it's only now that
it's probably also partly because, as a soldier, you're very you're taught to hold in emotions, fight through adversity, so myself and all the other soldiers have bottled all these emotions up and tried to keep them in check for so long, and then you just get exhausted and it becomes too much. Yeah,
so we just wanted to make this short video to gain a better understanding of what the incident inquiry was about. There was other veterans there on that day that each case is different, and Michael's is a little bit different considering he received 4 of the quinonins and some have only had 1, maybe 2, whereas Michael's had 4. Just so you guys gain a bit of an insight into what is going on and
and where we're at.
We will find out on the 29th the results of the Senate inquiry and where to from here. So we thank everyone for their support. It's been great and it's been a difficult time, but we are trying to move forward. Michael has also been offered to go over to East Timor, which is great, for a 10-day rehabilitation with doctors and counsellors and chaplains and some other veterans that went to East Timor for the Peacekeeping Corps to try and, I guess, put some closure and some new memories of the place. So we'll keep you updated on that. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.